Good morning, everyone. I'm Grant Cohn. The Niners play this evening. Game start in about an hour, and we're all going to watch the game, but I figure we got some time to kill, and we could talk some Niners-Eagles for the next, 30 minutes until you guys get settled in watching other games around the league, as I will do myself. I actually rarely get to watch the other games. I go to the stadium, I watch the Niners, I write about the Niners, I come home, and people have to tell me what happened throughout the rest of the league. So I'm excited to be a casual football observer today. Let's get into the Niners right away since we're limited on time. JaMycal Hasty. I want to start with him. What I'm going to do, let's talk about JaMycal Hasty. They called him up. He's not just a practice squad call-up. He's on the team now, and I think he'll be on the team the rest of the year. Then I'm going to get into the Eagles' strengths and weaknesses on offense and defense and how the Niners need to exploit the weaknesses, which ones to exploit, and which strengths to avoid. And then I have a bonus that I've been working very hard on at the very end. So stick with me. Let's start with JaMycal Hasty. As I said, they called him up to the active roster. He's no longer on the practice squad, and I think this is significant. We saw Jerick McKinnon starting last week. We've seen Jeff Wilson Jr. They're both good players, but they're not starting running backs. Not that JaMycal Hasty is, but I'm not saying he isn't. With Jerick McKinnon, he's a terrific third down back. He's terrific. He converted a 3rd and 21 this year on a straight handoff. Good for him. He's not the kind of guy you want to give the ball to 18 times in a game or really on first down at all. He doesn't hit the hole hard enough or see the holes clearly enough. His vision isn't that good. He was a quarterback in college. Good player, though. Very explosive. Doesn't hit the hole hard enough. Jeff Wilson Jr. is currently averaging a yard a carry. Another good third down back, a hell of a receiver. He's a really good receiver and a good short yardage back too, but he's not explosive and he's not getting yards on his own right now. Clearly the issue isn't the running backs. Both of those players are good. It's the offensive line. Still, the Niners they don't have anything they can do at offensive line. There's no new offensive lineman they can throw in there. Putting Tom Compton at right guard isn't going to help things. What they can do is try JaMycal Hasty. He's just a rookie. He's just an undrafted free agent. I don't care. Matt Breida was an undrafted rookie, and he played well for the 49ers. There's not a lot of – running back is the easiest position to learn. Rookies can handle that job all the time. And there's been examples on this team in this system of running backs excelling as undrafted rookies. If Matt Breida were on this team, he'd be the starter. They need his skill set, the kind of guy on an outside stretch run to the sideline who's going to hit it at 100 miles an hour and not hesitate and see the hole and see the cutback lane. That's Mostert. Mostert's not the flashiest running back in the league, but on this team, he's the best running back in the league. He averages 6 yards a carry. He gets like a 75-yard touchdown run, 1 per game. He's unstoppable. So McKinnon doesn't have that effect on this offense. Wilson doesn't have that effect on this offense. We've only seen three touches for JaMycal Hasty, but they were promising. The catch was good. He lined up in the slot, got open, and both runs were good. You can see he's not afraid of contact. For a 5'8" guy, he's very muscled up. He's 205 pounds. He's kind of built like Devontae Freeman back in the day with Kyle Shanahan in Atlanta. So I think a key for the 49ers today is to get JaMycal Hasty the ball in his hands because the Niners should be able to run on this team. The Rams a couple of weeks ago ran for 191, and they had a bunch of guys running the ball. Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown. If the Niners only have Jerick McKinnon and Jeff Wilson Jr. running the ball, I don't think they can get to 191 yards. I don't think they can get to 40 carries, which should be the goal against a bad team. Every time the Niners play a bad team, their goal is, let's just run over them. And they usually do. So I think they're not going to run over them with just those 2 running backs. They need to get Hasty the ball. And if he could get 10, 11 carries, he might get 80 yards. And then you can do what the Rams did to the Eagles. That should be the goal. The Rams beat them like 37-19, ran for 191. Why can't the Niners do that? Is Darrell Henderson that great? That's the Rams running back. He's cool. Let's see Hasty. I don't care that he's a rookie. All right. You guys disagree with me on that one? He looked good. He looked really good in all 3 of his touches. And it seems like what the Niners have done is with new players, giving them like a little audition, a little like Jordan Reed. Let's give you a couple of targets week 1 and see how you do. And then they look at the film. They ask the guy, how's that? They see he's confident. They see he's healthy. All right, well, then next week we're going to feature you. So I'm curious to see with Hasty. They liked him enough to call him up and say, we don't want to lose you. We've waived you once. And if you're on the practice squad, you're eligible for any player, any team to take you. We don't want to have to keep protecting you every week. So you're up. They impressed him enough to call him up permanently, basically. So let's see if he impressed them enough to get a role on Sunday. I think he should. I think he did. I'm excited to see it. I want to see JaMycal Hasty play. He's not going to play like Breida. He's more built like, I don't know, Kendall Hunter. I heard Butcher Boy Joe Shasky throw that out there. It's got a little bit of that Kendall Hunter. Short, very strong legs. The ability to bounce to the outside instantly and run hard for a little guy. Kendall Hunter. Do you guys remember Kendall Hunter? Am I old here? If I'm talking to 22-year-old Niner fans, you guys might not remember Kendall Hunter. Someone says Barry Sanders. Kendall Hunter was Frank Gore's change of pace back for a couple of years in 2011. He was fantastic in 2011, early in 2012. I remember the Niners went to Green Bay and beat them with just handing the ball to Frank Gore and Kendall Hunter. Hunter up the middle, Gore around the outside. The Packers couldn't figure it out. Hell of a player. He got hurt right in front of me in training camp. He caught the ball in the flat. I think he tore his ACL, and that was that.